Hey, welcome back to the Rundown. Hope you like those messages. Bill, what do you think of the tournaments that have been going on?
I think it's been a little chilly. The water's kind of cold, but we're still catching some fish, as these tournament reports are going to tell you.
Well, why don't we get started with it?
All right, first club we're going to go over here is Club Castaways. We all know who's been coming in first, Mr. Ken Reynolds with 8-2. Second place is a physical education instructor, Dave Rourke. Third place with Dave Haggerty. Another club that Ken's a part of is Fishing Fools. Of course, he won again. I don't know where he's keeping the fish and how big his live well is, but they're getting there. Second place was Russ Bromo. And third place was Brian Myers, who also had the lunker. All right, Ken, how would you like to go over some of these reports?
Well, it was, for the first one, the Castaway Club, we were fishing at Records Pond. That was just this past weekend. The wind and the cold weather just really played a factor in it. The fish were all small. They were cookie cutter fish. Dave Haggerty did catch the big fish with the 2.5, and that was the monster of the day. Everything else was 1.1, 1.5, that sort of thing. I ground out a number of fish that were about the same size, a couple 1.7s, a 1.5, and that's what really put me up on Mr. Rourke. The Fishing Fools, that was a tournament that we had at Haven, and that was a couple weekends ago. And it was a bluebird day, high pressure system, and it was a real slow bite, but I was able to grind out a few, and again got lucky enough to win it. Jig and pig was what worked well for me, black and blue. They seem to really like that pig this year, at least for me. So we got one there for Eastern Shore. What's going on with them?
Well, we had our first river tournament. I'm also a member of that club. Congratulations to the winner, Bob Wallace, over 7 pounds on the Nanacoke.
Wow.
Second place was Kevin Williamson. I heard the lure to use there was the bush hog. And third place was Ron Horton with just over 4 pounds.
Wow, not bad at all. At least they're catching some pretty good fish on the river.
Evidently the cooler water didn't affect the river fish as much as some of these ponds.
Evidently, because the ponds are just not turning up the heavy fish like they typically do. We got the Blue Rocks here. They had a tournament. Do you know where they were at?
That was at Concord.
That was at Concord, that's right. Jeff Williamson won that one. Second place was Jack McDermott, and third was Jeff Chinsky. Delaware Bass Hunters, where were they fishing at? Do you recall?
Concord also.
Concord also. And what was that? Was that a real pickerel fest or what?
Actually, I fished in the mouth of the creek, in the cooler water. That's where all the little fish are. But it's fun. You can get out there, you're in the main lake, you got so many pickerel to go through, but there is a couple good bass, as first place winner, Merle Baker, seemed to find them.
And John Tyden?
John Truitt.
Wow.
John and Truitt. They both fish together. They're semi-related. They like to argue. They're fun. They're fun to watch out there.
Semi-related. And yours truly took second, huh? Yeah. A second place guy. So some of the first place guys that were dominating last year are off to a little bit of a slow start. You and Mr. Rourke are having a slow start.
Especially the Blue Rocks Club.
Yeah.
Top 3 guys last year, I don't think have caught a fish yet in 2 tournaments.
So
we're giving everybody a little bit of a head start this year, but we're coming back next weekend.
And then third place was Chris Williamson, correct?
Correct.
Well, that's great. And then, of course, Dover Bass Club, they were at, not Wyoming, they were, was it Wyoming?
The last one was Wyoming, correct.
Wyoming. And James Hart won that one, our good friend James Hart. And another good friend is Scott Ebert, came in second. And Jack Evans came in third. Good job, guys.
Yeah, and good job. Cooler waters.
Cooler waters. Now, the last one we have is Bass Stalkers. You want to pick this one up?
All right. Bass Stalkers, their tournament was at Lum's Pond. It was really cold, really windy. It was a rough day. One fish was caught and brought to the scales by Gary Q, Mr. Buzzbait himself, with over 4 pounds.
Wow.
If you're going to catch one, that's the one to catch.
That is
Congratulations, Gary.
Good job, Gary. And that does it for our fishing reports. When we come back, we will be talking to Kevin Williamson of Muddy Waters. So stay with us, and we will be back after these messages.